name is Gene Allen, and I'm going to show you a few of the different ways to block access for different scenarios. Typically with auditing rules, people just set up a rule to just watch everything for all the operations that they're interested in, and when they need it, they go and look for it. FileSure does a pretty good job of actually getting rid of a lot of the noise. But for defend rules or deny rules, there's different situations when you want to allow people to have access and when you don't. So we have to define when we want the rule to actually stop people to do it. For instance, in this case, we're saying stop all access for all users for DWG files. Don't let them read it, don't let them write it, don't let them delete it, don't let them change security. If the file is on a hard drive, a network drive, a removable drive, for files, servers, and folders. Here's kind of an interesting one. Like for instance, only turn on the rule after they've read, if they've read more than 20 files within 60 minutes. So they could read 20 files in an hour, but then after that, this rule kicks in and stops them from being able to do anything more. That would be nice for normal access, but actually stopping them from doing bulk copies or searches or stuff like that. Here's a nice one. This is the what time of day does the rule apply? For instance, if you don't want them to be able to access these DWG files in non-working hours, you turn it on like that. So now they can't access these files because this rule is enabled from 5 p.m. to 8 a.m. during the night. In this case, I've actually excluded two programs. So I don't want to allow, so I want to block all access unless it's AutoCAD reading the files in the launcher, the AutoCAD launcher program. That means this is the magic rule that stops all theft. You can filter by rules. Sometimes you actually want to do signature checking. Like if they're really clever and they want to get around you, here you go. You can actually say, if the file matches this, don't allow it to happen. Sometimes you want to apply a file size filter. So let them read in a different situation. Like if it's a small file, allow it. But if it's a big one, don't. And there's some other things that these are just alerts and stuff. So you can see there's a bunch of different ways that you can set up a deny rule to limit access but allow it in certain situations. The most popular ones are this one, like you don't want FTP programs reading your AutoCAD files, because if they are, that means they're FTP in the program, a file, they're stealing it. You don't want them to do that. Or if they're accessing a file in a bad time, like for instance, if you don't want web changes, like you want to block your web server from hackers, you don't let them change web files, ASP, HTML files, after 5 o'clock, because for some reason hackers like to do things at night. Maybe they're at school, or I don't know what they're doing. Or maybe you want to don't let people read things from removable drives, let's say, but you want to allow them to do it from hard drives. So these are the various ways that you can set FileSure deny filters to fit your particular problem or situation.